I'm here to share with you, and this community is really a blessing to be here because we are all gathering together, not just for ourselves, but for you, so that 2014 becomes a dynamic, phenomenal year for you. And you are privileged. You should congratulate yourselves for taking the time to tune in for these 72 hours of power. As he stated, my name is Kimle Nailer. I am here from Detroit, Michigan. I am a marketing professional. I am a real estate investor. I graduated summa cum laude in 1999. I am the Governor's Service Award recipient in 2011 for Mentor of the Year for the entire state. I have been recognized by Congress, Hanson Clark, and I've also been recognized as the Breakthrough Woman of the Year in Business in 2012. And last year, Ain't I a Woman, the Sojourner's Truth Award. Why do I say that? Not because I want to brag, but because I want you to know I had to choose to step out of the shadows and into the spotlight of my life. And I wanted to talk about stepping into the spotlight. That's shifting positions about how you think about yourself. I wasn't always the person that you just heard me describe with all those accolades. And I don't do that to boast and brag. I was a little black girl born in 1963, and I was black before black was beautiful. I actually wrote a poem about that, but I haven't committed it to memory just yet. But part of the phrase says, I was black before black was beautiful, so compliments of me were not that plentiful. As a young girl, it didn't take me long to realize that I was not deemed beautiful in other people's eyes. As a young girl, being black wore on my shoulders like a heavy sack. I had very few friends, and I spoke few words. This conversation are for those who are living the mundane life, and maybe you want to get off that rat race. These are for those who are experiencing your finances not working like you want. This is for those whose relationships are not working like you want. You've heard someone speak about relationships. So we're all here today to support you in your growth and development, but you have to understand one thing. It's going to require you to really focus and set some goals for yourself. Now, many of you are probably saying, well, I've set goals. Many of us are probably carrying over some goals from last year, maybe even the year before, because we don't always do what's necessary, or we're doing everything we want to do or trying to do, and we're going to conferences, we're listening to speakers, we're reading books, and those goals still are not happening. So why is that? So what I want you to know today is we're going to have a conversation on how you can take 3 principles so that every dream you have manifests. Now, can I guarantee that? Yes, I can. Why? Because you're going to see the only reason why we don't achieve our goals is because we have not made the proper aim. So when I decided to step out of the shadows of my own life and not be governed by what other people said about me, I was about 30 years of age when I just freed myself. When I talked about graduating summa cum laude, I was 2 months before turning 37. The first third of my life, more than that, because I turned 50 this year, and I'm not ashamed to say it because I say this Jubilee. I'm living all out in 2014. The double portion, the Jubilee, and this is what I want to bring to you. That's why I'm glad you're tuning in these 72 hours. I'm a living example of what's possible. 36 years of my life, I won't get those back. But the last 14 has made up for all of those because I learned how to connect to my soul's essence. And that's what I'm teaching women every day, how to step into the spotlight of your life, how you can find your own soul's essence inside of you. You know, we always say, tap into the power within, and, you know, you got it within you. Everything you need is inside of you. But how do we do that? Like I said, we're ready. We've been firing. We've been believing. But we have to get ready. We have to aim and then fire. Then when you fire, you reach the goal. Absolutely on target. Absolutely it happens because you have done your due diligence. One thing I want you to know when you're thinking about stepping into your purpose, as the previous speaker said, you cannot find the passion of your life without the purpose. But for many of us, that purpose eludes us because of those mental chains. I want you to know that this year I'm going to even be releasing a book called Breaking the Chains That Bind Me. Unleash your first family dynamics. I had to understand and connect the dots that all those decisions, all the things people said about me, that was not what had imprisoned me. It was me. As one of the phrases in my poem says, it was me who chose to believe other people's words that had left me misguided. Until I decided I'm the one who would determine how my destiny would be.